Hello and welcome to No Man's Land. I'm Shisho Shroom, and today I'd like to introduce you to my brand new server. The premise goes, anyone can join. You can invite your friends, you can invite yourself. Just contact me in Discord, link will be in the description below. And my series will be about the adventures that I do while on the server. We'll come up with rules as we go. Ideally, I would like it to be that you guys can just create your own rules. Decide how you want to protect your land. Make sure that everybody is on the same page about how you want to play. We're gonna call it No Man's Land for now. I tend to do a lot of random things, have a lot of homes, and hopefully that'll provide a lot of things for people to enjoy and to see and to interact with. So without further ado, let's get started. And before we get started, let's talk about how I got here. At first, I started in the jungle, and the first thing I did was cut down a tree. Gathered some wood and took that wood to create a crafting table and some sticks. Used those sticks and a little extra wood to make a pickaxe so that I could start getting some cobblestone. Found some coal, dug out a whole bunch of it, made a little cave for myself. Upon leaving the cave, I found bamboo and decided to go adventuring for other treasures. Immediately, I found some spruce wood, which is very important for my endeavors of wood. Kept traveling and found some dark oak, which gave me most of the wood types right off the bat. Continued to travel and explore, and I found a sunken treasure ship. Killed a water zombie and moved on from there. After the sunken treasure ship, I found some acacia logs and started to look for a place to call home, which is where I found this little crevice in the ground. It was a nice little area surrounded by mountains. I found some beehives and blocked them off immediately to protect the bees. Lost one of them to a creeper, unfortunately. After the beehives, I decided to make a bed and sleep. After sleeping, it was time to call a place home. I set up a little camp with a furnace, crafting table, and double chest, and then started to look for a place to mine down to bedrock, or Y11. Found a nice little area that I decided to carve into the side of a mountain. Started digging 3 blocks down. I started digging like this so that when I get to the point where I have some soul sand and I can create water elevators, I will be doing that immediately. And then I can just throw in a ladder for the meantime. As soon as I got to Y11, I carved out a little base for myself and started to strip mine. Mining takes a while, so I figured this would be a good time to mention that the original video footage got corrupted, so what you're seeing now is actually a single player world. Once we've finished recreating the experiences of the original adventure, there will be a short time lapse and we'll get right back into original footage from the server. Once I had gathered all of the diamonds, I went immediately into the Nether and started to explore, looking mainly for 2 things. First on the list, I want to find the biome with blue nether trees so that I can find some endermen and hopefully gather as many ender pearls as I possibly can. After I found the biome that I was looking for, I gathered up a couple of the logs and a few of the shroom lights. Found a handful of mushrooms, and in the future we'll get a farm going. I did successfully find an enderman and killed a handful of them. After finding a couple of end pearls, it was time to move on to step 2. I want to get on top of the nether and put up a nether portal, linking it to my main base. I kept digging up until I found a piece of bedrock, and then cleared out a little area so that I could get a general understanding of the area. When I found an area that worked, I threw my end pearl and was on top of the nether. When I got on the roof of the nether, I checked my coordinates and then completed building a nether portal. After linking the portal to the one that I had originally built underground, I went back and destroyed that original portal to build one above ground in the main area of the base. In clearing out the base, I decided to start with cutting down all of the trees. After that, I picked up all of the flowers. I took down a small hill and leveled out the majority of the land. And finally, I prepared a small area of farm and gathered up some trees and some resources to prepare for the live stream on Saturday at 10 a.m. Alright, now that we're all on the same page, I'd like to discuss moving forward. What are the plans? Before you, we've got a lot of mini farms, and I'd like to make bigger farms and automatic farms, not something I have to come around and harvest every now and then. I'd also like to gather much more trees and logs so that I can get some resources, specifically for the build, which we will be doing on Saturday. The plan is to hollow out this mountain as much as we can and kind of give it some life, and I want this whole area to feel like you're walking into a portal to somewhere brand new. To start off with, I'm going to put down some signs and kind of get a general idea and a progress marker for what we're going to be doing moving forward. I think first off on the list is going to be gather villagers and make a village breeder. Next on the list is going to be an iron farm, followed by a tree farm. Finally, we're going to make a villager trading hall. On Saturday, we're going to spend the time actually building the shape of the base and clearing out a little bit of the mountain. I'd like to kill the dragon as soon as we get the villager trading hall taken care of. Once the dragon is dead, we're going to make a wither skeleton farm. During a live stream, after we're done building the base here, we're going to set up a base in a different area for our storage system. We're going to do some things to decorate spawn at some point and set up the first shop for people to buy and or sell things. At some point down the line, we're going to add a cobblestone farm, and we'll set up another area for a smelting place. So to start off with, we're gonna go get those villagers that we need. I'm gonna need some dirt, I'm gonna need a little bit more shovel, probably the pickaxe as well. Let's start by getting some dirt from the part of the base that we gotta clear out. So here we are up above the base, and I'm gonna start by creating just a flat area to work with. Alright, now we got the villagers in a hole and a little grass block to remember where they are. We also cleared out the majority of the dirt up there. We're going to probably take it back a little bit more, and I'm going to actually take down all of this mountain. And then after the mountain is taken down, I'm going to recreate my own kind of mountain, but then it'll also be hollowed. Next on the list, however, is going to be actually building the village breeder. Alright, I forgot to hit record on the other half of that time lapse, so now it's just done. In other news, we did complete the villager breeding home. They haven't had any babies yet, but hopefully soon that will change. I also found a skeleton horse. I haven't picked a name out for him yet, so if you guys have any ideas, leave it in the comments. Let me know what we should name this guy. Last thing that I did is right over here. I found 3 pillagers with crossbows, and so we're gonna wait for them to shoot out their arrows, and I'll AFK here for a couple hours for them to do that. But that is all for today's episode. In the next one, we'll be building the iron farm and the tree farm. We've already got the pillagers for the iron farm, so that's a huge step forward. I'm also thinking about going into the Nether and creating a gold farm and a hoglin farm for an infinite source of food, gold, and experience. And now we've reached the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you had a good time, please hit that like button, let me know that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.